In a single year, the Coast Guard recorded 113 kayak accidents, and nearly half of them were fatal. The number one cause? Capsizing. And a huge chunk of those incidents trace back to one decision made before the water: picking the wrong kayak. In 2025, drowning accounts for 75% of all paddling fatalities, most of them preventable. The wrong kayak doesn't just ruin your trip, it takes your rods, camera, phone, and fish finder down with it. I've done the research so you don't have to. The 5 best and the 2 you must avoid, all linked in the description below. Kayaks to avoid. Number 2 to avoid: Sun Dolphin Journey 10 SS. Let's start with one that looks like a fantastic deal on paper. The Sun Dolphin Journey 10 SS sits in the $250 to $400 price range. It is heavily marketed as a budget fishing kayak, and it has decent visibility on Amazon. So what's the problem? The problem is basically everything underneath the shiny product photos. The hull design on this thing makes standing to cast nearly impossible without flipping over. And for fishing, stability is not optional, it's the entire point of the exercise. But it gets worse. User reviews across the board are full of complaints about the polyethylene hull warping in direct sunlight, a process known as oil canning, where the hull literally bends and deforms over time just from being left out in the heat. People have also reported the hull wearing completely through after dragging it across rough terrain, which is something you will do constantly at launch and landing spots. On top of that, the scupper holes are placed so poorly that water constantly pools into the cockpit, so you're basically fishing from a shallow bathtub that is slowly filling up around you. For $250 to $400, you absolutely deserve a whole lot better than this. Number 1 to avoid: Intex Challenger K1. Now, this one is going to genuinely surprise some people. The Intex Challenger K1 has tens of thousands of positive reviews on Amazon. People love it, but here's the thing: they love it for casual paddling on calm water, not for fishing. The second you bring a fishing rod into the picture, this kayak turns into a serious liability. It's made from thin vinyl. That is the same kind of material you find on cheap inflatable pool floats. One stray hook, one sharp fish fin, one hidden branch just beneath the water surface, and you're dealing with a puncture in the middle of a lake. There are no rod holders anywhere on the boat, there is zero stability for casting, and the sit-in design means any water that comes in stays in with you for the entire trip. You could literally end up sitting in a cold puddle while trying to land a fish. Now factor in that you would be setting hundreds of dollars worth of rods, reels, and tackle on top of a $70 to $100 inflatable piece of vinyl, and the whole picture becomes very clear. It's a recreational boat being sold next to fishing gear, and that is a mismatch that will cost you. Avoid it. Before we get into the best ones, if you find this kind of straight-talking, honest breakdown useful, go ahead and subscribe to Valid Consumer right now, so you never waste money on gear that lets you down at the worst possible moment. Let's move on to our best 5 list. Number 5. Wilderness Systems Tarpon. We have a kayak with a genuine legacy behind it. The Wilderness Systems Tarpon has been around for over 2 decades, and it keeps getting better with every revision. This is what you call a crossover kayak, meaning it's equally at home on rivers, lakes, and mild coastal water, and it handles all 3 without a single complaint. The standout feature is the Phase 3 Air Pro seat, which uses a fully adjustable 3-point system with mesh fabric covers and honeycomb vented 3D foam. That means airflow while you sit and actual lumbar support for long days. Multiple slide tracks accessory rails let you mount fish finders, camera mounts, and gear accessories without drilling into the hull. There is a Drytech removable dry box built right into the deck for your phone, wallet, and keys, plus a large rear storage well that can handle crates, coolers, and scuba tanks. The hull design delivers both excellent initial stability while you're sitting flat and solid secondary stability when you lean it on edge, which matters a lot in choppier water. If you want a kayak that can grow with your skills and handle more than just calm pond fishing, the Tarpon is built for exactly that. Number 4. Lifetime Tamarack Angler 100. The Angler 100 is the undisputed king of the entry-level market. It sits in the $500 to $800 range. For what you get, it is one of the best value propositions in all of kayak fishing. It's a hard-shell, sit-on-top kayak built from UV-protected high-density polyethylene. That means it can actually handle sun exposure without warping, which, as we covered with the Sun Dolphin earlier, is a real problem with cheaper builds. It comes pre-rigged with 2 flush-mounted rod holders and 1 top-mounted rod holder, so you can fish from it straight out of the box without buying anything extra or drilling a single hole. The flat bottom and deep tracking channels make it incredibly stable on the water, which is everything at this price level. It's not trying to be the fastest kayak on the lake, and it is perfectly honest about that. What it does is give you a sturdy, reliable, fish-ready platform so you can actually get on the water without spending a fortune. If you're just getting started with kayak fishing and want a safe entry point, this is it. Number 3. OldTown Sportsman PDL 106. This is where things get seriously interesting. The OldTown Sportsman PDL 106 is a pedal-drive fishing kayak, meaning you power it with your legs instead of a paddle. This one is a bit on the expensive side, costing around $2,500 to $2,700, but once you have fished from a pedal kayak, it's very hard to go back to a regular one. The reason is simple. Your hands stay completely free the entire time. You can hold position, reposition after a cast, or cruise between spots without ever putting down your rod. The award-winning PDL drive on this thing offers instant forward and reverse propulsion, which is something a lot of pedal systems don't get right, and it carries a 5-year warranty covering the entire drive system. The W hull design is ultra-stable and glides quietly through the water, which is a huge advantage when you're trying not to spook fish in shallow areas. You can actually stand up on it comfortably, and the non-slip EVA foam deck pads give you solid grip when you do. The seat is breathable, adjustable on a shuttle track for any leg length, and can be removed and used as a standalone chair at camp. It comes with a built-in transducer mount for fish finders, 2 accessory tracks, multiple rod holders, a sealed bow hatch, and a custom tackle box included in the box. Under 80 pounds and car top ready, it's genuinely one of the most complete fishing platforms at its price point. Number 2. Perception Outlaw 11.5. We have one of the most impressive fishing kayaks in the entire sub-$1,000 category. The Perception Outlaw 11.5 sits between $800 and $950. What makes the Outlaw so impressive is how completely it rethinks the layout of an open-deck fishing kayak. The wide, flat deck gives you enough room to actually stand up, cast, and sight fish with real confident balance. For anyone who has ever tried to stand in a cheaper kayak and felt like they were balancing on a log rolling down a river, this is a completely different experience. The elevated seating system gives you a commanding view of the water, which is a big deal when you're trying to spot fish in clear, shallow areas where sight casting matters. Dual tank wells and built-in rod holders give you a huge amount of usable storage, while keeping the main deck clean, open, and easy to move around on. No pedals, no complicated electronic systems, just a beautifully stable and smartly designed platform built for serious anglers who want control without fuss. Under $1,000, it is genuinely hard to beat. Number 1. Pelican Catch HD2. This is a pedal-drive fishing kayak that brings a level of capability and hands-free freedom that most kayaks in this price range simply cannot touch. The headline feature is the High Drive 2 pedal system. Unlike prop-drive kayaks that tangle in weeds and vegetation, this system uses flexible fins that mimic dolphin-style movement through the water. That means you can push through shallow, weedy lakes that would completely stop other pedal kayaks cold. Your hands stay on the rod, your feet handle the movement, and you cover more water in less time than you ever would with a paddle. At 67 pounds, it's one of the lightest pedal kayaks you can find, which means one person can load it onto an SUV without needing help or a cart. The ErgoCast G2 seat is widely considered one of the most comfortable fishing kayak seats on the market, with 4 accessory rails around the boat for mounting electronics, rod holders, and camera setups exactly where you want them. Multiple flush-mounted rod holders, bottle and tackle box holders, an 8-inch dry hatch with a storage bag, and 2 tank wells round out a package that is ready to fish the moment it hits the water. If you want the most complete, hands-free, out-of-the-box fishing experience you can get without spending thousands, this is your kayak. Subscribe to Valid Consumer and catch the next video before everyone else does.